About is they discover cancer and they insist on giving me cancer treatment, and if I refuse, they're gonna you know pull the mental illness card on me and force them onto me. That's what I worry about. That's the only thing I worry about in my life. The rest I worry about what they're discussing there. I think there's a correlation between families such as my own, but most I've known, that have more than one giant TV screen in their house, and how also on their social media, if they post a little bit of advocacy for others, not themselves but for others, they post things to make people aware of the reality of the acceleratingly devolving human condition, is that it'll be linked to, let's say, how many TVs they have, or what they post online is really linked to their failed humanity. I mean, what's happening to Sudanese children, to Palestinian children, and how the United Nations is saying, hey, you wouldn't think, like, for example, inventing a straw that purifies water that you can drink it is great, except the fact that it won't go to the right people because capitalism gets involved, or hatred gets involved, or tribe versus tribe mentality gets involved, shows how sick you are as a species. But when the UN says, oh yeah, that's as far as they can go, that's how powerful they are, we'd like to again encourage the ending of hostilities, but they can't enforce it because the concept of accountability is gone. I'm surprised there isn't even more cultures whose language have abandoned the word accountability, like the Quebec culture has. So it's very pathetic to be an Homo sapien among the Homo community. It's now, for me, let's say, to say I don't want cancer treatments, I mean, there's many reasons I can explain why. One of them is I could probably find a better home for my cat. Maybe he won't feel as loved as he does with me. Okay, and that's the only thing I have to look forward to. No good badminton clubs, no jobs worthy of me and that you need me to have to help you, no PhD offers of candidacy, no girlfriend, no pension that I can accumulate at this latest stage, or to even retrieve the ones that were stolen from me. But also, I know I'd just be filing human rights complaints, maybe legal cases, and I know that I wouldn't get justice. I wouldn't get, if the United Nations ambassador or commissioner to human rights also feels ignored, pretty much the BC Human Rights Tribunal, I don't expect any kind of justice or closure as a victim from them either. So it's not like that I would have to look forward to in case I decided, let's go all the way with these treatments. No. Plus, I want to die with dignity. And more, including cancer treatments, is I find that it's been measurable within a lifetime how there's less and less caring for others even within that field, as compared to when I drove as a volunteer cancer patients on Vancouver Island. They majoritively felt really well taken care of, they said, when coming back from Victoria. But I have a feeling even data that I would collect from Victoria would show not the same anymore, right? Our species is failing in the concept of human rights. Now, they have no way of enforcing accountability. They just say, it's not just a straw to purify water. It's not just this or that we'll invent. It's, we can't invent the human thinking tools and a way to kind of reestablish sentience or sapience in our species, that we can be partaking in the concept of humanity, as opposed to other species who would do it better than us. If we would define it a certain way, we'd say, hey, let's study those species and see if they collaborate, as scientists claim we can, except it's not measurable in modernity, right? Accountability is important. You can't believe in a better world is coming without the concept of accountability. So when they say that we'd like to go help more people in these places, except that Israel is blocking us, the United Nations, from getting access to the fuel. So drill, 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 baby. But the fuel will only go to the elites or the working class that benefit the elites, and not the way to really assess our humanity is the more vulnerable and how they're taken care of. Is, yeah, I know where the human condition is going, and I'm not wanting to be receiving treatments just to prove myself even more right.